What's up, guys? So we had DSTV Premiership action. Marumo Gallants going up against Orlando Pirates in the game ending 0-0. I think it was not necessarily a great game to watch, in all honesty. You look at the number of shots on target overall in this game, very poor as well. I will say, though, with regards to the first half, I sort of saw a sort of play that Marumo Gallants were trying to do in terms of working the ball out to the left and sort of getting that Tabmonyama magic to sort of work, and Jonjo as well. If he got on the ball a little bit more, I think we would have seen a lot more magic as well. But they defended really well, Marumo Gallants, but I also do think Orlando Pirates contributed to that. And when I say contributed, I mean like Orlando Pirates' build-up play was a little bit poor for me in terms of how they won the ball and they transitioned to go to goal as well. I felt the forward players were not in sync. I felt there were times where they were all of them occupying the same space, and that didn't help. It didn't seem like there was sort of a cohesion or in terms of a process in terms of how we're going to work the ball out. Sometimes you saw Pule and Mango occupying the same space. Sometimes you saw Dlamini there. Sometimes you saw Shandu, and it was just not necessarily a process in terms of how they were going to work the ball out. In the second half, Orlando Pirates upped the tempo a little bit. I think the change of Jugumanja kind of did work a little bit in terms of them upping the tempo. But even with regards to upping the tempo, they still didn't hurt Marumo Gallants, and that's what I loved about what Coach Simpiwe said as well, is that you had all this possession, but still you're not hurting the opposition. They were not really hurting the opposition, and Marumo Gallants were easily just defending it. They were never troubled. They were never ever troubled. And with the changes they made, Marumo Gallants, they started to sort of gain a little bit of control of the game. There was a point that they hit the crossbar as well. But Marumo Gallants, because of how the first game went with Baroka and how they lost that game, they didn't want to be as naive in that game. So they didn't want to concede as well. So they were probably just okay with having to take a point. I think if it ended up being just a point, I think they would have been happy with that. And I think they can walk away with a point being very happy. Was Orlando Pirates, that cohesion up front, man, it's something, I guess they really need to work on that too, I guess, with regards to Orlando Pirates.